Hey guys, I'm Jam of jamonline.ph, and today we're gonna unbox and take a closer look on the newest smartphone here in the Philippines. Actually, one of the newest brand here in the Philippines from Vivo. It's Vivo, and this one is the Vivo V3 Max. So I got it a few days ago, and the V3 Max is a really interesting smartphone because this one is one of the first. Actually, I think this is the first smartphone here in the Philippines to have Snapdragon 652 processor, and not just that, this one has a metal body which I really like. It comes with a fingerprint scanner and it has a 4 gigs of RAM. Pretty good for gaming, yes? And if you want to know more about it, I'm gonna show you the specifications, and after that we'll take a closer look on the Vivo V3 Max. Okay guys, so you have seen the V3 Max specification, so let's open the V3 Max. We got here the V3 Max. We also have a pin, so we could remove the SIM card tray, a quick start guide, a free jelly case for your Vivo V3 Max, the micro USB to USB cord. There's a free USB OTG from the box. Wow. We also have here the earphones and also a charger similar to the iPad. This one has an output of 2 amperes. Oh, this one is fast charging. It has a 9 volts with an output of 2 amperes if your smartphone supports fast charging. So let's put away all those things except for the Vivo V3 Max. So we have here the Vivo V3 Max. We talk about the specifications. This is one of the first smartphones to arrive here in the Philippines with Snapdragon 652 processor. A very powerful processor and a very new one. This one has a 4 gigs of RAM, which is pretty good for gaming and applications. So let's talk about the body of the Vivo V3 Max first. So as you can see at the front, we got here a Full HD 5.5 inch display. That's the one. We also have here the capacitive buttons, a menu button, a home button, and the back button. Although I'm not really sure about this one. I don't know why they still use a menu button instead of the recent task. So you need to hold this one, the menu button, so you could see your recent task or the multitask button or whatever that you want to call it. Again, this one also has a fingerprint sensor, a 13 megapixel rear camera with PDAF, or that's face detection autofocus, which means that this smartphone could really focus on an object really fast when you're taking a photo. So there's also a LED flash in here, fingerprint sensor, very small fingerprint sensor. This one is made up of metal. As you can see, it's metal. All of this is metal. That's why it feels really good in the hand. Although I feel that the smartphone is a bit too thick. Maybe it's just me because of, I don't know, maybe it's because of the design. Speaking of design, the smartphone looks very similar to the Oppo F1, not the F1 Plus, the first Oppo F1, the smaller version. So on the side, we got here the power button, the volume button here. On the other side, we got here the SIM card tray, which is a hybrid SIM card slot. So it's either you put in a dual SIM card or a micro SD plus SIM card. And then below, we got here the speaker grill, micro USB, and a microphone jack. This is a microphone this is the 3.5mm audio jack. Below is the microphone hole. So let's check out the smartphone. So this one is powered by Android 5.1 with Fun Touch OS. I'm not sure why Vivo opted for an Android 5.1 instead of Android 6.0. And this one has a new OS, which is Fun Touch OS, which is Vivo's own operating system. So just like other Chinese brands, they didn't have an app drawer. So this one, so just like the iPhone, just like Oppo, and just like any other smartphones like Xiaomi, so the home screen is also your app drawer. One advantage of this one is it brings less confusion if you're from an iPhone, if you came from an iOS or iPhone, or if you're not really familiar with app drawers. This one is really better compared to smartphones with an app drawer like LG and Samsung. So again, this one has a Fun Touch OS, and one advantage of this one it's multi-screen, just like Facebook. Although I'm sorry, not Facebook, just like the Galaxy smartphones. Although this one is well, not really that good. So you could only use the multi-screen if there's a notification, and so when a message is received with an app running in full screen view, the message will show as a floating icon. Tap the icon and the screen will split into two. So there are only few applications that supports multi-screen, and you need a notification just to open multi-screen. It's really a bummer, and I really don't like that one. But at least, hey, at least there's a smart multi-screen on this one. So again, all you need to do is to hold the menu button, and it will open the recent task, just a control center similar to that. So speed up, it will boost your RAM or whatever by turning off some applications, closing some applications, Wi-Fi, flashlight, S-Capture. This is probably one of my favorite features of this Vivo smartphone. With S-Capture, pressing that one, I could record, I could do a screen recording, I could do a long screenshot if you're taking a screenshot of a long web page. And then there's the funny screenshot or whatever that you want, and rectangular if you want to take a rectangular screenshot on this one. So there are a lot of new features on this one. We also have an iTheme in which you could change the theme of your smartphone. So we don't have an Antutu yet, but the Snapdragon 652 processor is much powerful than a Snapdragon 801 processor, or even an 805 processor. And yes, it is even better than the last year's 615 processor, which is mainly used on a lot of smartphones, even affordable ones like the Star Mobile 9 Elite and Galaxy A5 in some regions. So this one is really interesting. With let's open the camera. So I haven't taken a photo. I just took a single photo a while ago, and so far I'm impressed. I'm not sure if I'm impressed, but the quality of the camera is kind of good. You know, I'm not. This is just a single photo. I haven't used it. I just used it like 5 minutes ago, and so far I really like the camera quality. It's vivid. It's not washed out. The colors are pretty good. This is a low light photo, and so far it's bright and it's quite good. I'm not sure with the fingerprint sensor yet, but according to Vivo, it can unlock your smartphone from sleep in 0.5 seconds, but you won't notice that one that much. And regarding the FunTouch OS, I'm not sure how FunTouch OS fares, but so far I really got confused with this one. I'm coming from a Nexus and a lot of Galaxy smartphones, so I'm kind of confused. There are a lot of options here, but I'm pretty sure that I would you know, get used to it pretty soon, once I've used this smartphone for a few weeks or a few days, I don't know. So there is also one-handed mode. So if you cannot reach, since this one is a 5.5-inch display, and if you think that if you want to type on the smartphone using your single hand, then better use that one. There are a lot of new features on this one. So we have smart motion, Wi-Fi display, but I don't need to use that one. I don't have a Chromecast or whatever. So we have a 4 gigs of RAM, and you could see that in the settings. So we have an available space of 2.34 gigs of RAM, pretty good. We have total space of 32 gig, but the available one is around 24 gig. So there are already pre-installed applications such as Facebook, WeChat, and WPS Office. I'm gonna uninstall WeChat and WPS Office soon. So yeah, what can we see here? Yeah, so we have Compass, calculator, notes. Basically the basics applications that you need on a smartphone. We also have an easy share. I'm not sure of what this one, but this one is like share link, so you could share your files to other users with easy share, I guess. I'm not sure. Alright, so I guess that's it for the first impressions of the Vivo V3 Max. So far, I like the build, which is metal. However, I kind of feel that it's a little bit thick, but so far for its price, for $16,990, you get a pretty good specifications. You got Snapdragon 652, you got 4 gigs of RAM, you got 32 gigs of storage. You also have fingerprint scanner and just average camera. Pretty good, you know, $16,990, not bad. So yeah, so if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, well, now's the time to subscribe. So once again, I'm Jam of jamonline.ph, and thanks for watching the unboxing and hands-on of the Vivo V3 Max.